Welcome to Better Marriage Daily, where we teach you tips on how to love each other in spite of each other and have a better marriage daily. I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
Lord of mercy, we back again, episode 24.
Wow.
I didn't think you'd last
Very
past
good.
10. 5. 3.
Wow. The confidence you've had in me.
Hey man, I was going for it.
I know. And I understand why you said all
I was
of
going
that.
for it.
You know,
You know what I mean?
I did not come kicking and screaming, but I definitely was really reserved.
He's reserved, baby.
Yes, very reserved.
I mean,
I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know, I had no idea. And my thing is that, you are the talker. People who know you know that you are the talker. You are the one who are, you're always in front of people speaking. So with me, not so much.
Well, I mean, but this is changing that.
Yes, it is.
This is definitely changing.
It is changing.
And what's really cool about it is this episode, you're going to be talking a lot.
Oh, yay.
Oh, yeah, because you know what we do, and I know I'm feeling a lot, but what we do is, the way we do it is I don't want her to overthink, because she's an overthinker. So I don't want her to overthink the topic, because if she does that, like you remember in the prior episodes, she says, she's had conversations in her head with me, but not with me. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't want her to have a conversation in the podcast without being on the podcast.
Right.
So we're getting it fresh from the heart when we do that. Now, at some point later on, we might find out that it might be better to do it the other way, but I don't think so, because then it's going to be canned and she's going to say stuff like, yeah, and like that.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, because you was doing that.
But also, you
got to remember that they don't know any kind of point of reference. And you got to explain it first, then explain how you feel.
They don't know that I am not the talker between the two of us.
Oh, they know, but they can't tell though, because the way you be operating really well on this thing.
Well, thank you.
You do.
I appreciate that.
I'm really, I'm really proud of you, baby.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Been doing
I'm proud of me as well.
Well, all right. I'm super proud of you. So here's the topic today. I don't know how long it's gonna be, because like she just said, she ain't the talker. But so the episode today is about women feeling safe.
Mm.
Specifically Black women feeling safe, because you have that unique perspective. And I want you just to remember to designate, when you're talking about Black women specifically, and when you talk about women specifically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, I'll remind.
Yes, please remind
if you didn't do it, I'd be like, and as a Black woman, how does that? You know what I'm saying? And we can't say BIPOC, which BIPOC is Black, Indigenous, people of color, because everybody got their own issue. Everybody got their own thing. And, she can really only speak from a woman's standpoint and a Black woman's standpoint.
Yes.
Because that's her experience.
Right.
And
my experience.
That's her experience. And that's what she got the expertise on. And for me, as a Black man, that's what I can speak on. Is that cutting my head off?
I don't think so. No, it's close.
Look, we'll do. I'll just hunch down a little bit. I'll hunch down. I'll slouch a little bit.
Oh, I have something funny to say.
Oh, wait. Okay.
We're in the same colors. Y'all, I crack up every time, because we do it all the time, whether we know.
See, you just did it. We do what?
Oh, we do this all the time. We will come out dressing in different places or at different times and come out in the very same colors. We do that a lot. And what's so funny is that we used to laugh at other couples.
We are not going to be them. You won't see us going to church dressed alike.
And we are, because once I've put on my color and you put on your color, I am not
I ain't changing. That's one thing we on. We did it again. I ain't changing. Let's go.
Right. And then look, the glasses with the blue.
It's kind of hard with the glasses.
I know,
not
but
really,
still,
because we got a whole bunch of different
I'm seeing
colors.
the blue, but yeah, that's funny.
Right. You're right. And the blue don't even match what you're wearing.
It doesn't, but the orange does. And that's why I have the glasses on.
I know.
Because I don't have orange glasses.
Yes, you do.
Right.
You got orange glasses right there?
Well, I'm saying that I don't have all the way orange glasses.
I want some all the way orange glasses.
Yeah,
though.
I do too.
I want them in
many
this style right
colors.
here. So if anybody's watching this and they know, of an eyeglass company who wants to, work with me and partner, I'm ready. These I've already branded these.
Yep, those are branded.
They're
yes.
1,000,000% branded already.
Yes.
So anyway, feeling safe. So the pandemic brought out a whole bunch of different feelings for everybody, and for us in particular, I noticed that as Vanessa would be talking about things, I kept hearing this narrative of feel safe. Now, what's crazy to me is that I never have known you to not feel safe. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So for you to express that you in certain situations were not feeling safe, and I just didn't really know what that meant and how that looked. So going through life in particular situations, so like let's just say in life in general, what are the situations and the atmospheric conditions that need to be there for you to feel safe?
It depends. Some atmospheres I go into those places like a restaurant, or I'll go into public places, a mall, a shop, wherever. I know that there's a limited amount of safety that I feel. I mean, seriously.
So your head is always on a swivel.
And my head is always on a swivel. And also trained because of the career I had in corrections.
Yeah.
That helped me to be, that's a blessing because it helped me to be aware in every situation. I don't care how safe I think I am. It helped me to always, like we say, have your head on a swivel. Listening for different sounds, listening to voices heightened. You know what I'm saying? And just being aware of exits and things like that. So that trained me to not be so caught up when I'm in other places where I'm not paying attention. So that's how I moved in life, because I started my career at 27. So, I mean, I was young. So now, at the age that I am in, at 59, it's a part of me now.
30 years later.
Yeah, it's a part of me now.
Yeah. So in public spaces, you feel safe by being in control.
Being in control.
And being in control of your awareness.
My awareness, because you can never be in control of what's going to happen.
You're just in control of your awareness.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's huge. That's huge. So whenever you go to in church spaces, there was a theme that you weren't comfortable at some point.
Right. And this is one of the things, so I don't know if you knew this, but the reason why I don't like sitting in the front of church, that was an issue for me, because you liked being in the front. There are less distractions, I agree. But for me, I don't like sitting in the first pews in the front of church, because I can't see what's behind me. So that disturbs me. So you and I would go back, and I think at first I didn't realize how much that bothered me, but it messes with everything in me to be in a space where I can't see people walking up. I would rather be distracted by people's kids and peppermint racket, people's kids and people walking about, going back and forth to the restroom and peppermint, papers rattling. That's a church thing. That's funny.
Yeah.
But I would much rather that instead of, I much rather be in the back than be in the front, because at least I can see. I can be aware.
So now currently where we attend church, we there's two services, a 9 and then 11. And she usually goes to the 9, and whenever I go to the 9 with her, she wants to sit all the way to the right in the middle. And I want to sit and to the right and in the middle. I want to sit in the middle. Because if I sit there, now I got to do this the whole time. I don't like that. But
And
now,
that doesn't
now
bother
I'm
me.
understanding that if she sits there, now she's got a view of the whole room
Exactly.
And there's only-
And where am I?
against the wall.
Near what?
Exit, near the exit.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm figuring it out now. I was like, why here? This don't make no sense.
It makes sense
It's
to
not.
me.
It's not the good sound place. It's not the good.
I don't
vision
care about
place.
sound.
It's just what is this?
I do care about sound, but I don't care about sound when it comes to
when it comes to your safety.
right.
And so you're like, oh no, I want to sit by the door. Yeah. So that's wow, wow.
Yeah. See, you're just learning
I'm
that.
just learning that because I'm
you
sure
were today years old.
I was today years old, but I'm sure you've been thinking about why because we've been having these conversations.
No.
Did you consciously?
All
pick
I know
up,
is that I was comfortable.
But did you consciously pick up that spot?
Oh, I did.
So when you walked in, you said, I need to sit somewhere by a door. Or did you go, I want to sit here? And then after you sat there for a while.
By a door. Because the doors in the front, when you walk in church, those places were already taken by people.
Yeah.
So I went to the opposite side. And the way I sit, I can see. I can pan the audience and see.
See if any tomfoolery is going on. Yeah, we're checking everything out. We'll make sure I got no tomfoolery.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Today years old. I was today years old, y'all.
That's right.
And so, but just to show you how we operate, I'm not tripping. If she wants to sit there, I let her sit there. And then I go and sit myself in the middle where I want to be. But then
I know people have questions on their minds who know us. Maybe we don't care because I don't care.
No, yeah.
But it's funny, that we can be in the same service and sit separately.
Like y'all, we together all the time.
We are not explaining that to people.
I don't need to be.
I mean, if you ask, I may, depending on who you are, I may answer. But
right.
But this is the reason.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I'm disturbed. I can't fully focus on the word, everything that's going on in church.
And but it wasn't always like that. It wasn't always like that.
Yes, it was.
No, I mean, no, you didn't have the physical thing, because we were sitting in church for a long time in the front.
But it's because you brought me there, and I thought in my mind, instead of going back and forth and having discussions about it, I knew it, but it was nothing that I felt like I'm gonna stand my ground on it.
No,
until the things happened in this country.
But that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
But I've always had issue with it. I wasn't going to fight you on it. I wasn't going to have this long, drawn out discussion about it.
Right.
But I stood, it was like I needed to stand on.
Yeah, today, because of everything that's going on.
And,
and we have security.
This was pre-pandemic.
Yeah, and we have security and stuff like that at the church.
We do. I know some of them not.
Look, but
so I'll bet on myself.
Yeah.
I'll bet on myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? And side note, talking about feeling safe. This is also a thing that we had drag outs about forever. Whenever we go and sit in a restaurant, I'm like, the man is not supposed to have his back to the door. She's like, well, we don't have our back to the door. I don't sit with my back to the door. We sit in one whole line, all of our girls. We just sit in one line facing the door, breaking our necks, talking to each other to the side. I said, yeah, but you with me now.
That was hard. That was hard to break.
If I got my back to the door and you with me and you see something's going on,
you have to understand.
Well, no, but I do understand. And I do understand. Yeah, I understand, because it's the same thing. We don't want our backs to the door because we want to be able to protect and move and make stuff happen.
Right.
You wanted the same thing. But now we were together and I was like, yo, it's my job now.
Yeah, it is.
It's my job.
It is. But
let me do my job.
Exactly. But there is a trust factor in that.
Well, yeah.
Now I've grown to trust you. So now I will allow you. And sometimes say, hey, do you want to sit here? And you say, no, I'm good.
See the way she said, allow me? See how she said that?
Without my having something to say.
I'm messing with you. We generally do good.
Yeah.
Sometimes she just walk in and just sit down and be like,
yeah, I'm not. And in those times, I'm not paying attention. I'm just there. I'm hungry or hangry or something.
So I just stand
I just
up and
want to
wait.
see it. I just want to see it.
I just stand up and wait.
Yeah. And then I get it.
Okay, cool. And
But
then
I do well. You know,
Yeah.
it's just that, you know, it's kind of like even with my girls, it's kind of like, you know, we had to. Now I know I can trust you because what I've known, and I go back to my previous profession.
Mhm.
What I've known is that I'm going to say this. A lot of men did not do the job as well as women did. They did not. They weren't as aware as we were. They just were not. When it came to us, supervisors would say the women ran things better than the men.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mm-hmm. So, you know, it was all that. So once I trusted you, you know, I'm good now. But
well, I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm good. And if I sit near the door, it's because I'm not thinking. So know that.
Oh, I know. And it don't matter because, you know, we had a point now after 23. I'm like, look, you don't get you on your.
Do we really have to talk about this? Really? Yeah. But then sometimes I'm not really aware. I mean, It just depends on where my mind is.
And then what? There was a time recently where we were somewhere, and like you sat down and said, "No, don't worry about it." And I just sat down and went back to the door. Mm-hmm. And look, and she never looked up.
That you know.
Yep,
you were not watching me 100% of the time. I did look up.
I'm always watching. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't paying attention. She was just all in her own little world, y'all. In her own little world.
But I have you.
But you put me in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. You got me at a disadvantage.
He's got my back, even though he's not watching the door. He knows.
Exactly. Yeah, but I just noticed that, you know, like you were, you know, because and how much of the goings on in the country has to do with you not feeling safe after the pandemic, or during and after the pandemic. How much did that contribute? Because I'm telling you,
probably at one point, probably 80%.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I was like, where is this? I don't feel safe. Where is this coming from? You know, I was like,
but there were reasons in our surroundings, in our daily. There were reasons why.
I did not say there wasn't.
When it kicked for me, when I realized that, you know what? Yeah, they're not going to protect you.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the honest truth.
Yeah.
I identified the issue. I identified who the people were who were not going to protect me, mine, us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, we're going to have to do our own work.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that was wild. It was kind of disturbing to me because what that meant for me was that you had gotten to a place in which you didn't feel safe. And I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. And, you know, as you've said here and as I've said, I try to pay attention to stuff like that. And whenever I felt like you didn't, I say, well, man, I didn't do my job. Or, you know, how did I miss that? You know, and I know there's nothing I could do about that.
There's nothing you can do about it if I did not have the conversation, if I did not verbalize it. Right.
But I noticed that you kept saying it. And I was like, there goes that theme of not feeling safe, not feeling safe again. I'm like, where's that coming from? What is that? And so,
it started. Yeah, it started when all the things in the country
started
happened.
Look, when all the things started.
And then the things that happened in our daily lives happened.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was the thing that really. That's the thing that really got me to that point to where I, you know, like the youngsters say, I was standing on business. Standing on business in my thoughts and my feelings. Okay. And I really stood on business, didn't I?
You really did. You really did. Okay, so now that we've got that, so in the public, in the church, you know, you've gotten your ways to feel comfortable. So in our relationship, so since we're giving these people tips and stuff like that, right? Just thinking off the top of your head, how long did it take you to feel safe in a relationship? Is there a point in time when you went, do you remember that time?
Probably around year 8.
See the way she matter-of-factly says that stuff?
No. I'm thinking, and you asked me the question.
No, I'm just saying.
Probably around year eight.
Like
I would think.
Yeah.
It was less than a decade. But not a decade. But it was more.
Say, it was less than a decade.
It was more about me.
Absolutely. But I'm just saying.
Because never in my adult life had I felt safe.
We'll talk about that.
You know, I didn't feel safe because of everything that happened, you know, just everything with abandonment, being a single parent, you know, taking care of a child, you know, with little to no help. All those things contributed to that. And I knew that I needed to bet on myself, handle things on my own. You know, so it wasn't until you showed me consistently that you had my back. That
years.
Yeah, for years.
8
which is not
years.
It's not fair to you because you've always tried to show me that, but it was me believing that you would.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And that is what mattered.
That is all that matters. Your perception is reality.
Exactly.
Perception is reality. Because the reason I thought about this, I'd taken a note about it. And the reason I want to talk about this is because there are women out there in this world who don't feel safe. And some in relationships who don't feel safe.
Right.
So if you don't feel safe in your relationship and you're married, I suggest that you let your partner know. Because, you know.
Absolutely.
Because that's something that they need to know. Because especially if they can do something about it to help you to, you know, to be more secure, feel more secure.
To facilitate that.
So what are some things that caused you to feel safe?
Consistency was number one. No matter, you know, just in the day-to-day things, you'd call, you know, if I was at work, you'd call to check on me to see what kind of day I was having, or, you know, you just thinking about me, whether, you know, I was just out and about in town. Just those small things.
Nah, I don't even call.
You do go. You text, but also because I do feel safe, I think that in the back of your mind you're like, she's good, you know. But now there was a time that I could say, you on the road was something that I really paid attention to. When you were on the road and you were gone for weeks at a time, you know, there was a couple times where I was like, it's like, this is day 2. And to the point, you know where I'm headed.
What?
Your dad. Oh. Yeah. But it was
tell them. See, they don't know
you
that.
were out in the mountains. You were in the mountains in what?
So
Virginia?
there were extraneous circumstances.
Yeah, where there, you know, the cell phone,
mountains of New York.
The cell phone,
Catskills.
Yes, the cell phones were not working, and you know, we didn't have like Wi-Fi and all that kinds of things. Those kinds of things back then. So times like that. Now, once I found out what the issue was, then I was okay. But things like that, you leaving, you know, you made sure that everything was cool before you left. And there were just times that because of you being busy, because of you having to deal with this whole band thing and everything that goes along with it, tour dates, all that stuff. You know, I didn't expect to talk to you every day, but there were a couple times early on that you got busy and you got caught up.
But you expect to talk to me every day, just not all day.
Right. A few
I talk
minutes.
to you daily.
Yeah, and this was also before texting became the thing. Because with text, a lot of times text will go through, calls will not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it was those just, you know, a few things, but it was so funny because the story about your dad just cracked me up. Because I was, you know, busy during the week while you were gone, and I was, you know, doing things, picking up little Sean from school, dealing with he and Anthony in school. Anthony was in high school, I believe, and I was good. And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, it's been a couple days. I know he's there, but it's been, you know, almost 2 days, and I hadn't talked to him yet. Well, I picked up LaShawn from school and passed by your parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I am asked when I walk through the door was, well, how's everything going? Y'all need anything? Everything good? Yes, sir, everything is fine. Well, when was the last time you talked to Sean? I was like, oh, I haven't. He hadn't called yet. So blame your daddy for.
Oh no, no. He loved him some.
Oh, he was disturbed. I was like, oh crap! Why did I open my mouth?
I mean, it was fine.
It's like I don't understand. I don't understand. You hadn't talked to him. I said, well, not since he's gotten there. And he said, oh no. That was just so funny, and he was disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe you had talked. Did you talk to him and he asked you questions about it or whatever?
No.
Oh, I told you.
After you talked to him, I think he called later on, and I had service when he called. You know.
And the first thing,
and he said, "Well, hey, you ain't called home? That I ain't have no service. I just got service just now."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
you need to call home. Yeah, well, don't call her. Bye.
That was one of the things
hilarious.
It was hilarious because I was fine dealing with it until he asked that question. And I'm like, okay, if he's concerned, oh crap.
You're like, he sure didn't.
Right.
He ain't called me yet.
Right. He sowed that little seed right quick.
Hence is why you got to keep your parents out your business. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that was funny though. And I was like, wow, he really did get on to you.
Yeah.
So he got on to you about that.
So what other things in our relationship cause you? See, this is the other thing. Again, like you'll hear me say this all the time. No one can make you do anything. No one can make you do anything. But you choose in every situation to feel how you feel. So in what situations do I make the situation cool that you can choose to be safe, choose to feel safe? What are some of the things I do to help you choose to feel safe? Oh,
just being concerned and being present. You know, there is no one there aren't any places that I may go, things that I mentioned that number one you don't remember because you have the memory of you don't forget anything. You know, and even in the middle of your busyness, you will ask, how am I doing? Maybe is there anything that that you need? Things like that help. It helped even in the middle of your busyness and traveling and all that you try to make sure that home is good. You know, when you're gone, you'll send a text, hey, I'm doing this, or we may not be able to talk until late at night. You'll send a text, hey, you up or whatever. And it makes me feel like at least you're thinking about me. So I'm good. It doesn't take much because I'm a great manager of Vanessa.
You are. Busy.
I'm a busy bee, y'all. So I'm not at home, sad and lonely and all those things because I have all kinds of things going on. I keep myself busy, but just your everyday concern, about my well-being. Okay. If I'm cool.
What else?
Just the care that you taking care of me. Number one, making sure that things are done. That's a big thing for me. Making sure that home is cool. Making sure that things are done. That some things that you haven't been able to take care of are not pressing things. You take care of business first, and then you go and you do. So that makes me.
Yeah, because
it gives me peace.
Because this is a person who, if there's a closet in the back of the house that's not just right, it's gonna bother her till she goes and fixes it. So whenever she'll be like, did you see that so and so in the house? And I'll be like, yeah, I saw it. I'm gonna get it. Okay. Man, I was looking at that. Man, how did that get that way? That's my second reminder. My second reminder.
But it's subtle.
It's subtle, like a truck. But I get it though. And you know, and it's always in my busiest seasons. Like
Always.
Like when nothing's going on, man, the house don't trip, nothing trips. But then when everything's going on, there's something I'm just like, I guess I'm just gonna have to take this time to do it and just deal with it.
And you do it because it needs to be done, or you do it because it needs to be done and it makes me happy.
If it needed to be done, then I would do it. But nothing that I'm talking about right now needed to be done.
No, it's about giving me peace of mind while you're gone.
It's about giving her peace of mind. Because as I'm going to say at this show I got coming up, doing a song, and I'll say, you know, I'm gonna be like, hey, you know, ladies, you know, this is a song about this and the other. I ain't gonna say what song it is, but I'm gonna say, you know, because guys are really simple. And fellas, if you don't know, what you're searching for is peace. But ladies, I'm gonna tell you right now, your man wants 3 things. He wants peace. There's 3 different types of peace. There's peace in his mind. There's peace in his home. No. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I said, no, there's peace. There's a piece of meat so you can eat. And then there's a peace. And we got those 3 things.
Right. You're good.
We good to go. Peace in my home, piece of meat to eat, and a piece.
Right.
Oh, but look, a regular piece? Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's all we need.
Yeah.
That's all we need. I'm still working on how I'm going to do it in the performance, but that's how I'm going to do it. So, and what else? What else is there that I do? Like the, because I know you always say the fact that I'm always paying attention.
Oh, to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. My you know, my moods, paying attention to the way I move. You know, because pretty much I have the same routine.
Kind of.
Kind of. You know.
Except whenever she changes it and don't let nobody know.
Right.
And I'm about to put out
guilty.
an APB.
I'm guilty of that.
Only once though. I mean, everybody
I've been guilty of that.
You don't go left.
Thing.
You don't go left as half as much.
The gym thing. But and the fact that when you leave, you say you are going a certain place.
But see, when I say I'm going to a certain place, she understands that means I'm going in that place and
right.
And
I had to learn that.
You had to learn
because that used to work my nerves early on because I am a literal person. If you say I'm going to Mom and them,
I can't end up at Charles and Tammy.
No. And then you've been, it's not even that you ended up there. You've been gone for hours.
Yeah. You know what she used to say, y'all? She used to say, you've been over there for hours. You got to let them people be. I was like, well, they was talking to me. We was talking. I'm watching people. You act like I'm dense. I'm looking at people. I can tell whenever they tired, whenever they, I've been there too long. I'm reading the room. And it wasn't just me. It was these people we was just talking about.
Yeah.
Like when I was coaching with Pop. We'd be sitting in the van and we just start talking about life, man. Start talking about life. And in 2-3 hours.
Bless his soul,
sitting
man.
in the van. I was sitting outside the van after football practice, man. And I'm just, we just talking. Just talking, like 2 men talking about men things and life things. And she'd be like, well, what y'all was talking about for all that time? And look, and then I get back home. I said, well, I'm home. I'm going to bed.
I can rest now.
I say, see, that's why.
I don't know, ladies, or are you like that? Or is it just me? I can rest now. You're home. You're safe. I'm good. I can rest now. And go to sleep, and I would sleep good.
And when I'm home, ain't talking to me. Ain't got nothing for me. Nothing for me. Just
don't say I don't have nothing for you.
Just flitting around, walking around. We ain't talking.
I'm happy go lucky. You're home. I'm good. I'm excited. All is well.
Oh, that used to burn. That used to burn me up.
But you didn't understand it.
I did understand. I was just mad about it because I'm like, I want to be here with you, but when I'm here with you, you ain't talking to me, and you don't want me all hugging up on you. So I'm gone. I'm social. I got to be social. So I'm gone. Now I'll be back when I be back, but I'm gone.
But you be back when you be back. But you also know now how long is it? What point is she gonna be like? Well, now wait a minute.
Well, now what I do is if I know I've been gone for a long time, I'll be like, hey, I'm here now.
Yes.
This is what's going on. I alert her to the situation. And
I appreciate that.
Because the number one thing she wants is the information. She wants to know where I am and what's going on so that she doesn't worry.
Right. Because, if I don't have it, it's not like my mind just runs away. You could be doing foolishness. It's not even about that.
It's about safety.
It's about safety. that I need to know if someone calls me and says something happened to my husband. I don't want to have to be thinking I'm concerned and I'm hurt and I'm devastated, but I don't want to have to be thinking, well, that's not what he told me it was going to be. I don't want these people coming to me telling me where he was in Lafayette somewhere.
Yo, he was in Lafayette. Well,
Yeah.
he said he was going. How did he get in Lafayette?
Then
she in the
if
hospital,
you live
and when
through, if you live through whatever situation has happened, I'm gonna kill you when I get to
That part. That part. And on that note, final words on feeling safe in a relationship, safe with a partner. Final words.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to me.
What's important? Because
the fact that I am safe, because my thinking is, why am I here if I don't feel safe?
True story.
And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Why am I here if you don't do things to ensure my safety? Why am I here? I may as well go back to being the single person that I was 23 years ago. And I'm gonna leave you with that.
Come on now, look at that. So if that don't do it for you, then I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? If that don't boil your crawfish, that don't turn you on.
Yeah.
So there you go. So the ladies feeling safe. Oh, and before we go, is there anything particular to being a Black woman that makes you feel safe, like in the doctor's office?
Being heard. Feeling like I'm being heard, feeling like my concerns are legitimate, feeling like you will help me, that you have the answers to whatever it is that I'm there for. Just feeling heard, knowing that you're going to be there for me. That makes me feel safe. Now that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
But that's one of the main things for me, which if I have all of those, then I feel like I can trust you with my concerns, with my health.
Yeah.
First of all.
Yeah.
I feel like that I can trust you.
Okay. That sounds good. So at the end of the day, provide help so just fellas, in relationships are just make sure that you do those things she was saying. Pay attention, make the atmosphere, one that she can feel safe and comfortable in by being communicative, by paying attention, by being considerate of all the things, by
consistent,
by noticing the little things. So, and being, most of all, being consistent, because that's what kicked all of this off.
Right.
All right. So until next time, we have given you tips on how to have a better marriage daily, loving each other in spite of each other. I'm Sean.
And I'm B.
And we'll holler.
Baby, I'm gonna take my time.